Today I want to share quickly with you about procrastination. There was a video that somebody posted on LinkedIn a couple of weeks ago. And when I watched that video, I perfectly agree with what that person was saying in that video. And I felt that I need to support that video by writing some things in the comment section to support that video because it was a very good video. And I just want to quickly share with you a couple of things that I wrote in my comments as I wrote them. So the first thing I wrote in my comments was, I said, start from where you are. Start from where you are. You don't need to wait for another time. If there is something that you have perceived in your hearts, and if I want to make it a little bit spiritual, if there is something that God has dropped in your hearts, if there is if there is an assignment that you have found, you have discovered, if you have discovered the purpose for your life, the purpose you are to fulfill in this life, start from where you are. The moment you conceive that idea, start implementing that idea from there. And the first step to bring your idea to reality is writing it down. Take it from the mental realm into the physical realm. The first physical expression you give to your idea is writing it down on paper, on black and white, where you can behold it. And the more you behold it, the more it also resonates more with your mind, and you see all the mechanism falling in place for you to fulfill that idea. So the first thing I said in my comment was, start from where you are. Don't procrastinate. Then the second thing I wrote is, start with what you have. Start with what you have. For example, now, I'm doing this video. When I started this video, I looked at, I want to be posting on YouTube. I want to be sharing ideas with people online. I want to be sharing my views on the life matters, talking about purposeful living, encouraging people to discover, to live their purpose. And I said, how do I begin? What do I have? Oh, I have a phone that can record. And I started with that, recording with my phone. Then I got a ring light. So start with what you have. You don't need to say, oh, when I have a perfect studio. For example, I'm just using an example of if you have that idea, if it is already coming to your mind to share with something with people like I'm doing now, start with what you have. You don't need a perfect studio to communicate your idea, to talk to people, to share live impactful messages that will transform people's life. And that applies to every other aspect of life. Start with what you have. There is something that you have that you can begin that initiative with. There is something that you have that you can begin that idea with. If you are religious inclined, if you're a Christian, when God wanted to send Moses, say, what do you have in your hand? I have this. He has a rod. And that rod was sufficient for God to use to perform all the miracles that Moses needed to perform. So begin with what you have. Start with what you have. Don't procrastinate. You already have something that can be the seed to that for that idea, for that initiative that you have in your mind. Then I also wrote that Start from what you already know. Start from what you already know. You might be saying that, oh, I don't have all the knowledge. I don't have all the information. I don't know so much yet. The truth is that when you start, you begin to learn along the line. As you continue in that journey, you begin to learn, you begin to refine whatever you are doing. You get more information, you get more understanding. For example, now, every time I record my videos and I post it, when I watch the video again, I also reflect over what I've said in the video, and I learn new things. I learn, oh, this is how I need to do this thing. This is how I need to say this thing. This is how I need to make my posture. And over time, it gets better. So start from what you already know and continue to learn. Continue to read books. Learn along the journey. Learn by doing. There is something when I was in my coaching certifications, my mentor coach, one of the sessions I was having with her, one of the things she said to me, said, Daniel, you learn by doing. You learn by doing. You don't learn by just sitting down doing nothing. The more you do, the more you act, you learn along the way. So, and that sticks with me, that you learn by doing. The more you do it, the more you refine your process. And I also, similarly to that, I wrote, start with the baby steps. Start with the baby steps. For example, if you are climbing a staircase, when you attempt to take 4 steps at a time, you might fall down. But when you take it step by step, precept upon precept, start with the baby steps. Do the little things first, and then you grow to doing bigger things. So don't just want to take the 4 steps at a time. No. Start with baby steps and be patient. Time and consistency are very key in the equation. Time and consistency. Time, consistency, and also with patience, you finally arrive at your desired destination. But the main thing is that start with the baby steps. Start by taking your first step. Don't procrastinate. Take your first step. As I said earlier, the first step might be to write down the idea. Write down the vision. Write it down. Make it plain. Make it clear. And behold it every day. Behold it every day. So start with take your first step. Start with the baby steps. And to make it more practical, I said in that my comments on that post, I said, start with that old phone. Start with that old phone. And you ask me, how do you start with that old phone? For example, maybe I don't know why I'm using the idea of the example of sharing your views online as I'm doing now. Maybe because it's one of the things I'm just doing recently. Maybe that's why I'm using that idea. So I said, start with that old one. If you are the person that you have that initiative in your mind to start doing similar thing as I'm doing now, start with that old phone. You don't need to get the perfect phone. The first video might look awkward, but start. Start. Along the line, you refine the process. The truth is that most of the people that we admire today, that looks like, oh, they have it all figured out when they started. You wish to see how they started. You wish to see their first, for example, maybe their first video, or maybe their first presentation. If you want to be a public speaker, or you want to do maybe even in a particular career, the people that you acknowledge today, the people that you celebrate today in that career, in that profession, for example, you take a surgeon or a medical doctor, maybe their first attempt in clerking a patient or was very awkward, but you never know. You never know, because they have consistently practiced and the process has been refined that all their errors, all their mistakes has been, all their mistakes have been covered up by the successes that they have recorded thereafter. So start with what you have in your hand. Start with the little amount you have. Start with the little amount you have. You said, oh, that you need to have certain amount of money. You need the millions. You need the thousands. Start with the little amount you have. That little amount you have might be to buy your data. That little amount you have, that little amount that you have might be to buy the book. You have started by buying that book, by taking that 5,000 naira or that $20 or that 15 pounds or whatever amount that you have to buy the book that you need to read to gain more understanding, to gain more knowledge in whatever assignment that you want to do. Start with the little amount you have, even if it is just a book that you can buy. If it is a course, if it is a seminar that the amount that you have can do, start with that. Go for that seminar, go for that conference, transport yourself there, buy that book, buy that course. Start with the little amount you have. And I also wrote in that comment that said, start that business. Start that business. Start that business. If you have a business idea, start it. Don't wait till next year. Don't wait till when you have all the resources or when you have everything all figured out. The reality is that almost all the people, if not all, that are great today, that are celebrities today, that look like they are fulfilling their purpose, they are walking in the path that has been called out for them, or they are imparting generations. They started very small and despise not the days of your little beginning. So start that business. Start that business. And then I also said, this is also very important. I said, start that savings account. Start that savings account. Because whatever plan or goal that you set out to achieve in life, you need finances as well. And what will help you is, I talked earlier that start with that little amount. And as you continue, also be saving. Be saving. It is when you are able to save that big thing that you are looking at, then you'll be able to afford that. So you need to also start that savings account. It's part of the process of starting. Open that savings account. If it is $1 that you can transfer there, put that $1 there. If it is that 10 naira that you can put there, put that 10 naira there. If it is that £1 or whatever the currency in your country, put that amount in that savings account. Just start it. Even the process of opening that account is part of the starting process. So make sure you start. And lastly, I said start that investment as well. If you have been thinking of being an investor, you have been thinking of investing, don't wait until you have $20,000 to invest. Don't wait until you have 1 million naira or whatever currency you are using in your country before you invest. Start with what you have. Put that $10 in that investment account. Put that 100 naira in that, buy that shares if you stock market. Open your brokerage account. Put that $100, look for shares that can accommodate that. By the way, it is just you have fractional shares. So you can just make sure you start that investment. In summary, every great person you celebrate today took the bold step to start. Every great person you celebrate today took the bold step to start. That company you are working in currently, somebody or a group of people took the bold step to start. So don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Start from where you are. Start with what you have. Start with that little amount. Start with the little resources you already have. And begin to grow along the journey. And it will amaze you what the future holds. It will amaze you what you are able to accomplish by taking that first step and consistently walking your journey towards fulfilling your purpose in life. I wish you all the best. My name is Dr. Daniel Adewuni, and God bless you.